Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, April the 3rd. I hope that everyone is doing well, safe, and healthy back at home. I have a little introduction. This is my daughter, Tess, who we've been spending a lot of time over the last 3 weeks with all the craziness that's going on. And then I also have someone else I want to introduce to everyone. This is going to be our new pup. We just picked him up yesterday.
His name is Eddie.
Right now, his name maybe is Eddie. It's up for debate between Gus and Eddie right now, but he's a cute little guy.
Gus.
What's that?
No one likes Gus.
No one likes. I like Gus. What are you talking about?
Only one person likes Gus.
Well, we're gonna figure this out. So I want everyone to say hi to Eddie. Say Eddie. I say hi to everyone at school. Hi. All right, we're gonna let Eddie go. Here we go, Tess. Take him with you, and then we can get to what we need to get through today. So, Tess, if we can close the door. So, with the announcement yesterday from Governor Whitmer, naturally we are seeing some crazy changes going on with what's happening and what's going to be taking place with school over the next couple months. We are absolutely in uncharted territory as far as what we're dealing with. Now, with this, we are going to be working from home. This is not an extension of summer break. Everyone needs to understand that there are going to be some expectations and responsibilities. So you need to make sure that you are staying on top of it, as am I. So I will be up, getting things ready, preparing lessons on a daily basis, weekly basis, to make sure that you guys are staying on top and getting what you need, whether you're in the world history class or getting ready for possibly taking the AP exam as well. Now, I know that there have been some issues with Schoology. We're doing a pretty good job at the school with Miss Brantano and Miss Cunningham, working through some of these issues as far as, hey, who's getting signed in. We need everyone signed in. It's important for the state to see that there's continuing learning going on. So I know during the last couple weeks, I had a lot of questions. Well, is this graded? Is this not graded? We can't think that way. We have to do things as best we can that we're operating on a normal basis. So keep up with it. Schoology is going to get better. I mean, it's getting overwhelmed because originally I don't think it was expecting to have this many people using it. But we're going to continue to get better with it. I need everyone to get on it. We're going to keep sending assignments the same way that we're doing things. And I'm growing as a teacher too, learning how to work with it and things that I can do with it. I'm looking to kind of add to my repertoire as we go forward, add some new innovative stuff that we can possibly do. So stick with it. Make sure you're logged on to it. Keep checking it. And then, naturally, we're really, I think, going to get rolling after we come back from the spring break week, which is kind of a moot point now that we think about calling it a spring break, but a week without anything going on. Now, other things, big questions. I had third quarter grades. A lot of people are concerned about third quarter grades. I can accept missing and late work, okay? And I can add that into your grades and add onto it. I cannot add new grades. I've been basically told by administration that we're not accepting assignments that were handed out that we're going to be due after break, or we maybe handed it out on a Friday and things like that. It's only assignments that were prior to us being sent home. Everything after that point, it was considered, as they called it, enrichment, and that was statewide. Everyone was getting enrichment assignments, and one of the reasons why was because some people didn't have as much access to Wi-Fi or technology, couldn't get to these things, so it wouldn't have been fair to start counting those as grades where other people have better opportunities than others. So keep that in mind. Everything that was given over the last couple of weeks, that was enrichment. That was to keep up with things, to make sure you're getting the content that you need, and give you some activities and things to keep you on top of things for class. So just keep that in mind. I will get to fourth quarter in a second. Now, for AP students, I know a lot of you have questions about the AP test. You're supposed to get a bunch of news today. That was the big announcement that on the 3rd, they were going to release a bunch of information. As far as I know, the test is going on. It's been shortened to a 45-minute test from what I'm hearing. Whether it's going to have multiple choice, whether it's going to have just essay, we're going to know those answers probably today. But as far as payment, if maybe you've changed your mind, you don't want to take the test. Well, that's something that I would contact the counselors, Mrs. Newell, about that. I'm technically not part of that aspect with it on how that's going to work. All I know is that there is going to be a test. We will continue to prepare you for it. Yes, they are clipping some units at the end of it, off of it, and we're going to start reviewing for it as soon as we get back to get you ready. And they have not decided on dates as of yet, but I'm sure that's going to be popping up as well. So stay tuned, AP students. You should have been getting some postings if you signed up for the test. Now, the upcoming fourth quarter, post-spring break, what's going to happen? I can't say for sure, but it really does seem to be trending in the path that this is going to be more than enrichment going forward, that we're actually most likely, it seems to be trending in a way that we're going to actually try and find a way to take grades, and that assignments are going to be accounted for in the way that you have been submitting stuff online already. This was kind of a practice run these first couple weeks. We've been trying to slow roll it. I have a feeling, it's not for sure, that after this week we are going to find a way to provide grades. So don't quote me on it, but I think it's coming. So for those of you that have been a little bit, how can we say, not on top of things over the last couple weeks, or taking a little laxed approach, you need to stay on it, because this stuff, I believe it's coming, that it's going to start counting for real grades eventually here. Now, how those grades are going to be set up, whether it's going to be pass, fail, A, B, C, D, I don't know that yet. That's something that people higher up than me are going to eventually decide going forward. Now, I hope that everyone brought home their textbooks. I hope that you got those with you. If you don't, if you're in the regular world history class, I do have access for an online book that I will try and provide to you. If I need to scan pages, I will do so to make sure you get those. AP students, you should have, hopefully at this point in time, I'm hoping that some people got Princeton reviews. Maybe go on Amazon.com, 15, 20 bucks. I'm talking this thing right here. This is the book. I'm going to be using it. If you don't have it, I'm going to be, if you don't have it, I'm going to be scanning it in, pages that you need. But this is going to be super useful. So if you haven't gotten this one, so 2000, where is it at? This is the 2020 edition, Modern World History Exam. Okay, it's got a lot of good stuff in here to help you out and how to review. So that might be something that you need. I'm also probably going to be using this for the AP class as well. This is the AMSCO World History book, 1200 to present. I'll try and make copies and scans out of this too, if we need to read out of this. Now, it sounds like they're only going up to Unit 6, which is not going to take us into World War I. It looks like they're kind of cutting that date off at World War I. So just so you know, those are some of the textbooks and resources that you're going to need. I will do my best to continue to try scanning this stuff in if you don't have it at home. You just need to let me know that, maybe through email, so I can get an idea. Other things, through email, whatever you need. If there's things that you're unsure of, please send me your questions and concerns. If there's a problem that you're having, I need to know about it. Naturally, I'm sitting at home. God, in the last couple of weeks, my phone has been going crazy with notifications for emails, but that's okay. I'm going to be around my house working off of my computer, as well as my wife, who's also a teacher. So she's been conducting her meetings, but we're working all day, just keeping on task, staying on top of things at home. So keep that in mind. Now, for today, I was hoping that you'd watch a little CNN. It's Friday. Everyone likes the Friday CNN with this last day before we go off for a week. But I did have one assignment that I thought really pertained well, considering this is a history class. And I'm going to finish off with this today. This is a rare experience with what we're going through. And, according to the next couple weeks that we're dealing with this pandemic, according to the experts, this next week ahead will be likely the most difficult for most of us. And for a lot of people in the country. And all we can do right now is hope for the best possible outcomes that we can receive, the best news. Now, the current situation that we are living with and the foreseeable future is something that we hopefully are never going to have to endure or go through again in our lifetimes. However, it's in our nature to persevere, to do what is necessary to ensure not only safety for ourselves, but for our families and for other people we've never met or ever heard of. This moment's asking us to sacrifice our personal freedoms, to rethink our routines, our daily lives in order to do what is right for everyone, so that we can bring a swift end to this crisis that's going on. So in this moment, I think it's necessary to look past our own personal material needs, look for the greater good of all. Now, with that being said, my assignment that I'm looking at, and I'll pull this up here, what I had, as a history teacher, this is a window in our lives that's going to be with us forever. It's forever going to be associated with us. And we're going to have to describe it to people that come to us after. And it's a rare instance in which we are the first-hand participants in living history, whether we're willing in it or not. And that lessons are going to be learned from what we're experiencing. And we're going to have to take a deeper look at ourselves and what's truly important. So as a result, I think we can discover positives from within ourselves during difficult times and difficult circumstances like this. And some of our greatest achievements in humanity that we have studied this year in history, in this class this year, have been a direct result of people dealing with humanity's greatest challenges and hardships. So facing adversity head on and finding the solutions to get through it inherently makes us stronger as a people, and it has ability to unite human beings behind a common cause of goals and drives us into new directions of thinking as we are forced to learn from the past, make changes out of necessity. So when we look at this, what I want you to do over the next week or so, 10 days, when we return, I'm not giving you a map or reading an assignment, a worksheet, or anything like that. I want you to personally reflect so we can possibly have a discussion when we come back from break. And what I've got here, what I want to do is I want to reflect on how this experience can bring out the best in all of us. And hopefully it does. Number one, I want you to think about this. What has this experience you are living through make you look at, how does it make you look at things in a different way going forward? Do you see yourself valuing certain things more now as a result of what's taking place that maybe you just didn't appreciate quite as much before? Think about that. Two, what lessons as a complete society can we take away from this experience that we're going through that will hopefully improve the world going forward? How do you think this might change us as a people, having to go through this hardship over the last few weeks and for the next couple months more than likely? So those are a couple of things I want you to think about. When we come back, I want to be possibly open up a discussion on it. That might be the first thing that we jump into on that Monday. But number one, first and foremost, is that all of you stay safe. You take care of the people that you love. Don't take risks. And, like we said, sacrifice for the betterment of everyone and, make the best of it. So I won't see you for a week. You won't hear from me for a week. But take care of yourselves. Watch some CNN, get some Carl Lazouz, and get some happy thoughts. And enjoy your weekend and this next 10 days. And I look forward to working with you when we get back. All right? Take care, everyone.